everybody. Zach Travis here, and on this week's rerun episode of Tuscaloosa Monorail, we're going to go way back. All the way back, in fact, to the very first time we put anything on television. This is what we like to call a pilot. And if you don't know what a pilot is, it's a good thing Frank and Robin are here to tell you what it is. Here it is, Season 1, Episode 0, Pilot, featuring Electric Moon.
Hi, I'm Frank Thagard.
And I'm Robin Rains.
A pilot in television language is a proof of concept for a proposed TV show, a single episode that intends to give potential sponsors an idea of what the show will look like once it's in production.
What you're about to see is a pilot that we made late last year called Tuscaloosa Monorail. The idea behind Tuscaloosa Monorail is that every episode will feature a local musician who will play a few songs and talk with our host.
It's a simple concept, but one we think that's just right for a town with as much underexposed talent as Tuscaloosa.
We made this pilot in hopes that the show could become an ongoing series, and now that's happening. As we speak, new episodes of Tuscaloosa Monorail are in production.
Hooray! But the new episodes are going to look and feel a little different from the pilot. They're going to be a little looser, a little more fun, and they're going to be filmed at the Green Bar by Temerson Square instead of in a TV studio.
Look for new episodes of Tuscaloosa Monorail at this time on the station every 2 weeks. And if you're interested in being on or in sponsoring Tuscaloosa Monorail, give us a call at 205 or email us at tuscaloosamonorail@marvinvideo.com.
Thanks for your time and enjoy the show. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to this week's episode of Tuscaloosa Monorail. We're very glad that you can join us tonight because we're very excited to introduce our first guest tonight, Electric Moon, coming from right here in Tuscaloosa, Alabama. So sit down and get ready to have a good time. Let's go!
There's a fire rising to the south and there's rumors flying by word of mouth that the have-nots are gonna have to do without. So you better call mom and pop and tell them everything is gonna be okay. I can see terror running right out of your cheeks. Purchased an hour and gas 7 weeks. Yeah, you won how long you can stall my release. But darling, these things take time to see. Well-meaning, so how can you dark hands on the wall are applauding us all, and they're pointed at you, always at you. You are the star of the symphony hall, and it echoes with you, always at you. Oh, and they'll say, our darling Bloom. Oh, Leander. Oh,
Tuscaloosa Monorail is brought to you by Eat My Beats, the Left Hand Soap Company, and the Druid City Brewing Company. If you'd like to sponsor or appear on Tuscaloosa Monorail, call us at 205 or send us an email at tuscaloosamonorail@marvinvideo.com.
Thank you for joining us, ladies and gentlemen, on tonight's episode of Tuscaloosa Monorail. Tonight, we have with us Electric Moon from right here in Tuscaloosa, Alabama. So we'd like to take some time, introduce them real quick. They'll go around real quick, and we'll start right on this side.
Hi, my name's Jake. I play guitar in Electric Moon.
My name is Stuart, and I play piano and also sing in Electric Moon.
My name is Michael, and I play drums and percussion in Electric Moon.
My name is Brian, and I play bass in Electric Moon.
Very good. Well, of course, we're very glad that you guys could make it out to us. Let's start with a couple of questions. Just real quick, you guys have a very interesting subject matter in all of your songs. Why don't you go into that? Like, why sing about what you sing about?
Well, I think that in a lot of our songs, we kind of tell little narratives, or not, which, I take that back. Little slices of life is a better way to talk about it. Because, like in Curse, for example, which is like a pretty heavily like story-driven type thing, it's written as that slice of life, that description, around a fictional character, and it's just kind of like a little window into something that's going on with him. You know what I mean? Like, it doesn't really tell a story from A to B. It's not like a little journey, but it does tell a story about like. There is like a narrative progression in like what you learn about the character. Does that make sense? So like in Curse specifically, which is easy to talk about because it's a good example, it's written to be a letter that our protagonist has written to his mother, all right? And so it's treated like that literally, right? Like you have an opening salutation, that leads off the letter, and it just runs on like that, and in reverse, is another sentence of his, correspondence.
Oh, this is a pretty, heavy subject matter. Do you think the audience at all misses out on that, or do you think they care?
They may not care. That is a very good point. They very well may not. Sometimes I don't, because I'm like, yeah, rock and roll time, jud, who cares about words and thoughts? But, yeah, I think that some people do. And that's who we're writing it for, Not everybody will, and not everybody, I think anytime an artist creates something, you're just kind of you're rolling the dice a little bit, like,
Absolutely. It's really got to speak to them, like any good art. I mean, you just never know.
So maybe it will, maybe it won't.
Up next, folks, Kursk.
Dear mother, I write you, your campaigning hero, drowning my sorrows afield in the west. I hope that this finds you in good health and smiling, all things in good measure, you always knew best. The men don't respect me, though I lay them in laurels. They're sated in killing the devil's repast. But I drive them onward, they advance in reluctance, and the road signs salute me as I stagger past. What is the measure of a man? Is his heart or his hand? I can't remember anymore. Please let me know in your reply. I've still been pious, devout in my prayers, the hymnal devotion I show in all things. I sing to my rifle, my friend for all seasons. You served me in winter, now do so in spring. What is the measure of a man? Is it his heart or his hand? Oh, I can't to my purpose, my hateful confession. I was made for this madness, so here I must be. Oh, I'll be remembered, a man of two movements, prince on the Volga, a god on the sea. Wow! Oh, madam, I am certain the heavens designing oil's black and steam. There is no escaping a taste of tomorrow, and there's no room in Russia for nightmares like me.
So you guys just recently came out with your LP, Oleander. Why don't you give me a couple stories about how that recording went?
Well, I mean, what month did we do it?
It's February of.
It was
No, it was
November,
November last
2011.
year. Yeah, it was 1 year ago this month.
That's what I meant.
Yeah.
Oh man,
Yeah, I know it's been a while, huh?
that's been a while. I remember. All I remember is y'all telling us that it was going to be at this little studio up there, and we drive up, and we were looking to where to find it, and I see a large shed and a mini golf.
Right, called Gulf Shores.
Gulf
Yeah,
Shores.
Gulf Shores.
This
And
is
they
in
were
Decatur,
sharing the same
Alabama, by
parking
the way.
lot.
Gulf
Yeah.
Shores, Alabama. Yeah.
And they shared the same parking lot, and I looked up and I saw your car, and I was like, "This, you cannot be serious."
They had delicious pizza at the Gulf Shores.
That is only half true. They had pizza. I don't know if I would call it delicious.
Yeah, but we showed up and it was unassuming on the outside, but when you got in, it really had a professional look to it. It was run by a guy named Jeremy Stevens, and he was just a real pro. He treated us great.
Yeah.
Brought in a piano just for me.
He was a super great guy. Yeah, he was an
Very
absolutely
talented
solid
engineer,
kid.
a wizard at the console.
That's right.
He was literally a wizard.
Literally a
also.
wizard. I was
Yes.
going to ask.
He was a practitioner of the dark arts.
So we're at the golf camp. I'm sorry, golf.
Golf shores.
Golf shores, of course.
we did not attend golf camp, and I don't think it would be in November.
So golf shores, we're talking full putt-putt,
Oh yeah,
right?
That's right,
Full
right.
18 holes putt-putt.
With an
Yes.
arcade.
With an arcade,
Yeah.
was gonna ask, Legendary X in there?
No.
No. What am I talking about?
You're thinking about Golden Axe?
I'm talking about
Or maybe
Golden
you're thinking
Axe.
about Gauntlet Legends?
Perhaps.
Neither.
No.
We played NFL Blitz.
Now, I have it on good authority that one of you here is some would say on par NFL Blitz player.
I consider myself to be a fairly able NFL
Fairly.
blitzman.
I think you're
Able.
understating that.
Well, I don't know, because my record is a little wishy-washy depending on, there's a lot of people better than me, but
Right. There's a couple people.
yeah. I've never met them.
Oh.
But I'm sure they exist. No, I love NFL Blitz. It's a lot of fun. It's super cool. I like the year 2000 Denver Broncos, since they're like Mad Dog Wreckers. Although it's also a lot of fun to play the year 2000 Carolina Panthers, who are the worst team of the year 2000. Your stats are like 1 out of 5, and it's like 0, 0, 0, 2, 0, 0, 1. I mean, they're like really, really crummy. I think that they're mostly injured or disabled in some physical manner that prevents them from playing football like humans. And so they just kind of stumble around, bobbling the ball and tossing it from player to player haphazardly. And it's a real challenge to manage that kind of football team.
I see. So a little bit like the recording?
Yes, I would say that recording our record was a lot like playing as the Carolina Panthers. Is there a North or a South Carolina or a West?
No,
How many Carolinas?
there's no. The answer is no.
I'm confusing the Carolinian dynasty of early France and the Frankish kingdoms with the states that I believe we may or may not have.
So
Okay.
on that note,
Yeah.
I think what we'll do
Is Charlemagne?
Charlemagne's not involved with
Charlemagne's
this.
still the emperor of North Carolina.
And now an instrumental by the name of Thunderclap.
Foul deeds away! Never ask! Never run! Never die!
Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Zach Travis, and this is what's happening in Tuscaloosa and Birmingham for the week of June 14th through June 21st. Saturday, June 14th, the Wheelers from Decatur, Alabama, whose influences include the Allman Brothers and Widespread Panic, will be playing at the Green Bar in Tuscaloosa at 8 p.m. No cover on that show, 21 and up. That same Saturday, on June 14th, CBDB, a funk soul group from Tuscaloosa, and Gullah will be at the Zydeco in Birmingham. Doors are at 9:30, show is at 10. It's 18 and up and $8 at the door. On Tuesday, June 17th, Finer, Crazy and the Brains, and Philos Moore will be at the Nick in Birmingham. Show starts at 9, it's 21 and up and $5 to see 3 bands. Thursday, June 19th, Moonbather and Drew Price's Bermuda Triangle will be at the Bottle Tree in Birmingham. Doors are at 8 and the show is at 9. It's 18 and up, $8 in advance tickets, and $10 at the door. And starting June 21st will be the T-Town Block Party, Sin the Summer Way. Now, of course, there's lots of bands, lots of fun things, and lots of grown folks doing lots of things, but make sure to come out. That's what's happening in your neck of the woods in Birmingham and Tuscaloosa for the week of June 14th through the 21st. We'll see you next time, folks, and as always, goodbye forever!
Some people say that clean living makes for a clean conscience. That may be so, but there's nothing wrong with getting a little dirty. Because let me tell you the thing about dirt. It always washes off in the morning. The Left Hand Soap Company, washing away last night's sins since 1999.
So, you guys are now officially, as they would say, in the music biz. How does it feel?
I don't know how official our title of biz.
We sell things.
Yeah.
I guess that's a business.
Sure.
We're doing poorly in the music business.
That's how
Believe
we're
me,
doing.
we're in the red.
Yeah, not super well. But you know what? It's not about the money.
That's right. It is fun.
It's about not having any money.
That's right.
Which we've got down pat.
So buy a record.
Yes.
Exactly.
You buy
Specifically.
thousands of copies of our album. It is the only way we will not die.
I would love to, but this job doesn't pay anything. So
Right.
having a little trouble with that. So, then in that case, how is it? What are you doing in order to make it?
Make it.
Well,
Let me tell you, I got this. Hang on just a second. Make it. What does make it mean? This is something that, and I'm not holding this against you, but this is something that it irks me often about bands, because to a lot of people, making it is getting like a record contract, right? Well, I like to think in terms of like practical returns and these kind of things. So you get a record deal, what does that allow you to do? Well, it's basically a loan that allows you to finance your record, make it, and sell it, right? All right. There are a million other ways to skin that cat. You know what I'm saying? I believe that like, you need to think about the ends and not your means in those situations. Like, all right, what is our goal, right? To make awesome music and to like get it out to as many people as possible.
Ideally, yes.
Yeah, try to be the best musicians we can be, and in a perfect world, have that be the way by which we eat. You know, which
Do nothing but make music.
because that's the method by which we can be the best musicians. You know what I mean? If we were in a world where we can dedicate ourselves holistically to our art, then like we're gonna make better art. I mean, I think that's
Definitely.
Pretty
That's what Haydn said. He said he would never been able to do any of his stuff if he didn't have a patron.
right.
We want to be our own patrons.
Yeah, that's perfectly said. We want to be our own patrons. So it's not about having a million jets, you know, or having a million jets that can drive cars like some kind of robot jet.
But it is about having jets with our name on the side of it.
All right, yeah, that would be pretty cool.
At least one jet to have your name on the
Yeah,
side of it.
one New York jet with his name, with our name.
The New York
on,
Jets.
on his body.
You would like to own the New York Jets?
Yes, I want to own the New York Jets.
Easily.
That's the purpose of being in a band.
Get rid of Mark Sanchez.
Get rid of Mark. Does anyone in the local area impress you?
Yeah,
Definitely,
sure.
man. Yeah, I think Tuscaloosa is like very fertile ground, growing up strong, healthy crops of harvestable musicians.
Absolutely. With a lot of A and B vitamins in music.
This is the dumbest analogy in the history of mankind. I was trying to come up with something worse, but I mean, like, I don't know if I can. All right.
We like to think of ourselves as the scarecrows in that garden.
Right. So one day, the veritable scythe of the corporate music industry can come shear away the bands that make the cut, severing them from their nurturing home.
That's
leaving
right.
them to rot uneaten.
And the ones that don't make it won't make it, and the ones that do, and then we'll be assembled in a music assembly, and then
Yes.
we'll be ingested by people.
Yeah, or pig people.
Okay, all right, but I think, hopefully we'll be making it to human people's plates, and then eventually we'll get pooped out. We won't talk about that.
No, in terms of other bands specifically, I think that Handbagby and the Siege are absolutely incredible. He's a crop I'd harvest. I'll tell you that. Ham he's a super cool dude. He's got a fantastic band, man. He's an incredible guitar player.
That's
and,
right. We're big fans of Bach Gwai too,
Yeah,
obviously.
Bach
Everybody
Gwai
loves
is
them.
super cool. We're proud to like share the magazine with it. We actually
That's right.
this recent Tuscaloosa magazine does like a best of Tuscaloosa issue every year, and the three bands that were the best of Tuscaloosa, Handbagby and the Siege actually won, and Bach Gwai and Electric Moon were the runners up. So we are like incredibly proud to share something like that with those guys because they're fabulous musicians. I think that like to be considered a peer of those guys is a huge compliment.
Absolutely a big honor.
Awesome. Yes. They are super cool. I'm also a big fan of Mouse Teeth, man. I like Mouse Teeth a lot. They're a super fun band around here.
Very danceable.
Yeah, dude,
A whole lot of party in that
just have a
band.
blast. I really like
Any of David Allen's projects, like the Piss Shivers and stuff.
right, yeah, those are awesome, super cool.
Can we say piss?
Yeah.
Can we say piss?
Can you say it more?
The original Shake Charmers, are a pretty awesome band. Piss, piss, piss.
Hey folks, Bob Baker here with the Druid City Brewing Company. People always ask us, how do you guys make that beer? You'd be surprised how simple it is, and in fact, you're gonna do it right in your own home. Take some cereal, some water, some yeast, a small container of what we call mystery compound X, and blend it together until it's all creamy. The last ingredient is just a dash of radiation right in your own microwave. Ah, a delicious wheat beer. Prefer dark? Add a few drops of food coloring. Druid City Brewing Company. It's just that simple.
All right, folks. Well, the next two songs we're going to leave you with are going to be called "Oh Goddess" and "In London Fog."
Fly between the sun and sky, and if you care to try, we'll sunlight the fields tonight. We'll light our way, we'll make our presence known. We'll send the minds all running on. In between rock and stream and in rusty stream, hey, and if stand between us, drop by me. And say the word and understand. Be my guidance, and I'll be a man. Play illusionary free, illusionary spray. One of us gets lonely, the other can't just make ourselves a fly. And we're to stormy ground. If ever you should think that I could leave you, darling dear, open up your heart and let me see. There's something that can stand between us, cross by me. And yeah, say the word and don't understand. Be my guidance, and I'll be a man. with a dog and a rebar fog around. Yeah, yeah, yeah. But he could hear the sound, he could see, yeah. fight, yeah, yeah, yeah. But the cut of his blade, it was cruel as could be, yeah, yeah. Oh, what sight doesn't see, yeah. Oh, you can't see a bit now. Oh, how bright this could be, yeah. Suddenly listen, my darling, take heed, for these the last words you'll hear now. Go and give Jesus this earthly decree, yeah, yeah. Oh, what sight doesn't see. Oh, you can't see a bit now. Oh, how bright this could be.
Alrighty, folks, it looks like we're out of time for this week's episode of Tuscaloosa Monorail. We'd like to thank you guys for joining us tonight, and we'd also like to give a big thanks to our guests, Electric Moon.
Several things from that episode no longer exist, including my beard, Electric Moon, and all of our hopes and dreams. Thanks for joining us tonight, folks, and get some sleep!
Who are you talking to?